Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome again to another Ages of the Federation Dev Stream. With me are my usual compatriots, Hobbs and Gull.
Hello.
So,
I'd like a pancake.
yeah, pancakes are out of order. I'm sorry.
You never let me do anything.
Oh, sorry. We've got our first person. Marcia wants to say hi. Now she wants pancakes. Thanks, Chris. Thanks.
It's
thanks.
Pancake Day.
You see? Shrove Tuesday, people.
Okay, so what were we going to do today? I have just lost my train of thought there.
I'm fixing the things I broke.
I might be making a map. I might do some other things. Is anyone working with strings right now?
No.
So I'm going to check because there's a bug right now with the strings of the pulse phasers. First I'm going to check if the Asia has a different line.
Oh, while you're fixing strings, can you fix the faction fed test thing?
Oh yeah, I can do that.
Just got to draw your attention to this, because I thought this was bloody magnificent.
Yeah.
Pulse is using laser tech.
I laughed very hard at that.
It's just so legit. It gets me right in the feels.
It does.
What do I need to check? Yeah, I've seen that as well.
It's so good.
Chris, could you post that in the... I'll copy paste the link in the chat. Guys, he's on about the following. Actually, I'm going to show the streamers. This is what he was on about. It's absolutely beautiful. I love the way that the Voyager uniform is just done so perfectly. Like the unit, it's like they've done it in a way that just perfectly matches.
Yeah.
It's surprising, isn't it? They must have got somebody who was in that exact...
It's probably Janeway, judging by the pose. Beautiful, beautiful. Right, I need to check laser tech. Bridge Commander music is so relaxing.
I think we should listen to some happy hardcore instead. Really get us going. Then maybe some doom metal afterwards.
Shall we call them pulse phasers or something else? Because they're anti-fighter pulse phasers.
Pew-pews.
Pew-pew.
Flaccacinos.
Discos.
Discos. Call them Eiffel 65s and give them the sound at the beginning of the Blue song.
Oh, for God's sake.
No, but seriously, what should we call them? Laser tech. The pulse, just pulse phasers?
Yeah, pulse phasers. Centurion suggested point defense phasers, but I think they can be used against other things as well, so they could also be used in attack.
Yeah. Alright, so now fed test. In that backwards direction. Fed test, alright.
That's something that we need to change, actually. It's called the faction is called Fed Test at the moment.
Yeah, that's something I'm fixing. Federation. Just call it, change faction name to Federation. Just have to do description string for the thing. Should be good. So we can cross that off our bug list. Where is it? Pulse phasers. Pulse phasers need string update on the Asia at least. Digital Game Nerd, thank you for noticing that bug, and it is now fixed. Fed voices unable to comply when scuttling ships. Did I ever add a computer voice for self-destruct? Sound.
Me.
Fed comp.
I'll make you sound if you want.
No. Vetoed.
Yeah, that's vetoed.
Why'd you never let me make you sound? That's so good.
Yeah, I need to just steal that back from A3. Sounds. Fed self-destruct begun, self-destruct cancelled. Let's check.
Self-destruct sequence initiated. Self-destruct cancelled.
Alright, that's them two. Copy those. You see, we've redone a lot of the VOs on Ages of the Federation. Fed. Comp.
I think we gave a lot of them kind of a almost a radio static overlay, didn't we?
Not the computer voices, but the computer voices. There was we found a source for a lot of these files, which we didn't have for Ages of the Federation, for back for Armada 3. Sounds dialogue. So let's fix that real quick. And evening Draconian, evening Centurion, and evening Bruce. And Centurion, yes, I get it, where point defense phases are specialized for anti-fighter. But I think most people will get it when they read it. At least I know what it's on about. Sound. Got that sound is eerie. Eerie music. Switch that up to the next track. Episode 4. Episode 5.
Oh, we wanted some more information from TDN, didn't we, about this MIDI dump when selecting cruiser build menu.
Seriously. That's better. You should be hearing music. Yeah, the music.
It may be that it's too low.
No, it's picking it up. I can see it's picking it up. Close all to the left. Now I need player federation.
Slide to the right.
And one to the left. And one to the right.
Crisscross!
Well, the thing about it, Draconian, is it's not supposed to be loud. It's supposed to be soft, so you know, it's not.
Because one thing that we're famous for here at Stellar Parallax is being smooth and calm, a little like Bob Ross.
Some happy trees. Self-destruct begun. Scuttle ship started. Scuttle planet started. Scuttle. All right. you want to call him pulse phase? Then go for it. I'm here to help, not to try to take over. Says Centurion. All right, now that's that. I'm going to quickly push those changes.
I like the fact that he just became like a 1950s police officer.
Now listen here, buddy. I can give you a ticket, but if you start behaving yourself, maybe you're not going to get home and slapped by your wife. You see?
Fucking hell. Nice place, gangster, see?
Hey, like I said, the bada bing, bada boom. Forget about it.
Oh, planet bombing damage is now corrected.
Corrected how?
It was broken.
How? Like broken max balance or something else?
Yeah. Basically, I think Blair, having spoken to you a little bit, employed max balance on the planet bombing, and now there was a bug in the
I thought it was us because I was going to bring it up that
us.
planets were melting in like 3 seconds
There
flat.
was a bug in the base game which effectively meant that damage was being loaded to planets at twice the rate that it should have been. That's now been fixed in the latest amendment to 1.94, so when that goes to main, it'll be fine.
Yes. Yes.
What else has been
See,
fixed?
I don't get the TDN error like the build planet module AI CP player equals null.
I've never seen half of these in my life.
No, nor have I.
I think he's not on the right version of the EXE. Right, I need to rebuild an ability, don't I, for the Fed colony cap,
Yeah, the deploy sensor probe or whatever we're going to call it, and whatever it's going to do.
I'm gonna basically make it do the same as the one we've got on the scout right now.
I have a question.
Yes.
A while ago, you talked about swapping the, I believe it was the Raptor.
I can do that today as well.
And the...
Yeah, and the Hunter.
Hunter. So the Hunter becomes the Planet Sieger and the Raptor becomes the Assault Raider.
Yeah, because I feel like the Hunter, because the Hunter's built out of parts of the smaller ships, I feel that maybe it should be a smaller ships.
The L5. Is that the L5 Hunter?
Yeah.
Well, I really like that one. Don't take that away from me.
Yeah, it's not going to be
just
taken
moving.
away. It's just moving model positions.
Is it moving to be less useful?
That's going to be a planet bomber now.
It's cool.
I mean, it's got 4 massive guns on it, so...
Yeah, the thing about it was that, visually wise, it didn't seem to make sense to have the Raptor as a planet
I just
bomber.
always saw the Raptor as something, like a small, a combat ship rather than just a planet bomber.
Yeah, that's kind of how I felt about it. It didn't make sense. Right, so that's the.
Alright, I'm going to carry on doing ship pictures.
Sound for deploying the mine. That's using Fed Buff Scout deploy sensor. Fed Buff Colony deploy sensor station. Fed Buff Scout. Deploy sensor. You see the way that the main difference is that the other one didn't have an expire timer. So that's now Fed sensor station, right, and that needs to be just a new one. Fed spawnable sensor. Okay, just copy that. Fed spawnable cap sensor. I need to move the chat forward again because I can't see the chat now. Question: Do you have all the D7 abilities done? They should be done, shouldn't they?
Let me spawn one in and have a look.
Should have upgrades and everything. It's just the particles are not entirely. I think he was he doing the particles on those as well? I can't remember.
Spawn entity. For me, a Titan, please. I'll have a Klingon one. Let's have a look. Oh, it needs a voice. No,
Yeah.
It's got Federation.
Yeah, but the icons. But do they have the names? That are they just good files?
No, they've all got Orion strings, but no, the abilities that they do the right thing. Yeah, so these need icons. Let me add this to the icon to-do list.
I think they need to be on the high priority list. Let's see. That's that. Now I need to go to Fed Station. Fed Sensor Station. That was the old one.
Yeah, it's all still there. I just unassigned it from the ship.
Yeah, I know, but I wonder if the Yeah, I did make a new ability for it, making it better. Oh, now I know where one of the has any mesh errors any mesh errors comes from.
Yeah.
That comes from the spawnable sensor, which has got shield points but no shield mesh. At which point it will throw it wobbly. So I removed the shield points from it.
Right.
I think we need to change those anyway, don't we? Because they're not really working as intended.
Well, that's what I'm doing right now.
Salvo.
Ready for
Projected.
combat.
What's up, Farb? How you doing, my man?
Hey, Farbicus is here. Memes shall be coming. Hey, Max, I'll give you a cookie if you scream, behold the singularity engine. Not now, not right now. No, I'm not in the mood.
It comes when you least suspect it.
Yeah.
He's into runes now.
Yes! I wasn't in the mood before, however... Like TDN, Klingon AI built a research station inside the Class D moon. Impossible. That's not possible. The game doesn't allow that.
Unless they were experimenting with that controversial phase cloaking technology.
By the way, have you ever realized the Federation is just bonkers? Oh, we're just not gonna, like, we can make cloak that the Romans don't know it. Now we're not just gonna make regular. You know what? Let's see if we can fly through a planet while we're at it.
I'll do it.
YOLO!
Fed Cap Colony. Reassign the ability.
Okay, according to my list, we have 60 missing icons.
Well, Hobbs. Well, snap to it.
You said you're doing icons.
No,
I don't want to do any more. I had to do too many for Star Trek.
I need to do other things.
You said you're icon boy.
I never said I was Icon Boy.
I can find the evidence of you saying you're icon boy.
Yeah, but I lied.
Oh, you bastard.
I need to re-enable.
Well, I've got enough stuff to do. I've got hundreds of ship pictures to finish.
I've got. I was going to say I've got models to add, but that's a lie at this point. Oh, that's Crumpet. The thing and it you. That's Crumpet.
Indeed.
It explains so much.
Crumple Sealskin.
Yeah, Crumplestiltskin. Draconian says, Hobbs, I've sent you a link for a new map.
Is this the pirate one? The Pirate Chaos?
Oh, I forgot to put a new... Oh.
Yeah, it's Pirate Chaos. Right.
An empty line added.
Capital ships. Klingon.
By the way, we're on stream number 47. Insert the 47 jokes.
Don't know anything about that. I don't like Star Trek.
Instead of a fleet tender, what do the Klingons get? Is that the Devastator?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what the Romulans get, right?
No.
The Shabumpkin.
Yeah, the Shabumpkin.
The Shabumpkin.
It's funny because in the stream the Romulan music just started.
All I know is that Devastator is spelled incorrectly here.
Then fix. Then add it.
What, have you finished your strings?
Once I've pushed
So
them.
that's a no.
Do you ever want to see a Romulan ship pushed through Substance Painter?
No, I think they're fine.
And they are good as the way they are already, but I think they'll even.
I don't think we need Romulans in AOTF anymore.
I don't either.
I think we should just do a Paxload faction.
Yes.
I was going to say playable Bajorans.
Oh.
No, I've got an idea. Playable Ferengi, and we'll give them like 5 turrets. I think it's a good idea. But the turret models have got to be exclusive for AOTF.
The what now? I wasn't listening.
The Ferengi turret models have to be exclusive for AOTF for the Ferengi playable faction.
Yeah, but didn't you hear that Gull literally doesn't care anymore?
You never pay any attention to SDA3. I could put fucking any old shit in there and you'd know. You wouldn't.
Well, the fact is that the mod's practically ready, and he's not asking about the turret anymore. So Max, you should probably check what he's actually put as a turret in there, because fuck knows what he's done.
He's put the Ferengi head.
That would be amazing.
It's going to have the laser beam out.
And the sound effect of it firing is just beetle snuff, beetle snuff, beetle snuff.
I was expecting it to be like blah.
Moogie. but like ear raped.
But no, but
just bases up.
Yeah, but like poorly lipped, so Moogie e.
Yeah, that's what I want.
Bit of drum and bass.
That's what I want.
Alright, let's load that up. Alright, let's load it up.
I think the only really important change in Star Trek Armada 3
Right, I forgot I don't need to do that. I just need
from the last version is the pirates no longer say Yar.
That was an important step.
Yes. Yeah, that doesn't say Vasari. It just says Vlas loyalists. That's not a Vasari thing.
Crew standing by.
Crew standing by.
We await your
We're gonna have to do compulsory literacy classes for our testers.
Apparently.
Cool. I'm up for it.
Oh, it does throw and has any range ability.
All crew stand by.
Which one is that?
I know why. It's the,
Hang on, that's something I had to test with.
It's
Is it?
Cool story.
I need to check the AI use time.
Is it because it doesn't have any range?
No, the AI, it's because the AI use time's bunkered. In
Right.
comparison to AI target conditions, it should be invalid. I think. Right now, at least it deploys the probe properly.
All crew stand ready.
Yeah, okay, I need to antimatter cost, cooldown time, duration, okay. I need to change that.
I heard a weird noise and then a giggle.
What? No.
Just a sec.
What are you doing?
Nothing.
Oh, he's making sounds again. You're only this quiet when you're concentrating on trolling.
That's yeah, fair enough.
That's accurate.
Sorry, folks, just need to do something. Hey, gross art. Bruce McGee asks, can you turn off the overlay? Ah, well, fair enough. Let's see. Antimatter cost is max balanced, and now I need to deploy cap sensor station. What we're going to do is I think I'm going to buff or debuff the scout sensor, which only now lasts for a minute. 120, 240, 480, and 480 times 600. Do it. Right, now I've just got to check if the has any range bug has been fixed, and then I can push it. What's so funny?
Just
nothing.
What did you do?
What's been chatted in the chatter? What's that error?
Uh-oh.
My bad.
I call that the working as intended.
Yeah, that's the working as intended.
Like the TDN working as intended.
That's the one.
I was watching your stream at work.
Right here.
Sin's death. Yes. Hey.
Hey, hey, oh,
Hey,
yo!
hey.
I'm walking here.
Cringe. Wait, why am I being difficult? The scout one doesn't give the error.
This is a question I wish you'd asked yourself 7 years ago.
Why are you being difficult?
What are you trying to say?
You're difficult.
Are you trying to say I'm not easy to handle?
Well, I don't know.
I've got love handles, so you can handle me alright.
Fucking hell. What the fucking hell have I got? A love climbing frame?
Yes.
Cool.
Yeah, I'm going to use it when that the AI only uses it when it's about to die.
That doesn't seem unreasonable. I think I found something I didn't like with the Klingon capital Cardassian capital ship.
You're not supposed to be working on that one. You're working on the wrong mod, mate. Wrong stream.
Well, you know, I'm here, I'm working.
You're here, you're queer, get used to it.
Get used to it, yeah.
Yeah, should be fine. Cool. Was it the same error with the Klingon one?
Yep. Although the abilities were laid out completely differently. So I think maybe someone had started fixing it, maybe? I don't know.
Yeah, yeah, that's that should do the trick. Yeah, with the colony cap and the Klingons, I was experimenting with doing it right, where it's technically a space mine.
Yeah, I noticed they were laid out differently because I opened them up once we narrowed it down to being that causing the problemos.
No problemo. Knock knock. Whoa, cryptic. Okay. I ain't gay, but $20 is $20.
Fucking hell.
Hey, this time it's not me devolving the chat into nonsense. For once. So, Farbricus, give us one of your spicy memes for today. See, no more error on load up. Yay. Let's see if the game crashes when I load up on random. With AI on random. Uh-oh.
Why does it do that?
I don't know.
What's this?
I selected random. Or I
It
made
used to be
It's not
that-
like in on the map definition at the moment. Nice. What is it? Nice.
I need to stop laughing because it
No,
encourages
it
you.
loaded. Loaded fine so far. Bloom! Sins have stopped working.
Computer melts.
Guys, I'm getting this weird burning smell. Stream has ended.
We dedicate this stream to Maximus Lofimus.
Aurelius Decimus. Venereal diseaseus. How you saying? Biggest. Dickus? Cryptic says, me and Farb just met, but we were already bouncing off each other. I'm so happy for you. I'm so happy for you two. May you find much love.
It is better.
To have loved and lost. To never to have loved at all. Come cheer up, my lads. Come cheer up, my lads. 'Tis better to have loved. Oh. The anti-piracy squadron. I think they're stuck.
No one's timing you out, Cryptic.
I think that's a. I think that was changed. That's an Orion one.
So, something to note, one of the factions that is spawning in randomly is probably a stock one, because this guy, this blue here, is spawning in, but it doesn't have anything, so it can't really do anything.
Yeah, I think we still need to cut out
Some stock stuff.
some stock gubbins. Ah, that's so good.
Oh yeah, the new planet sounds and stuff, the ambient stuff is so nice.
Oh, where's the Marcy?
Oh, I need to check the comet cluster. Yeah, I need to tone that down.
The hell with it, tone it up. This one's good.
Yeah, I like that one.
Actually, no, never mind, that's fine. Because no mesh radius should be a bit better.
Alright, what's the Takuma ship called?
Devastator.
F4. May Kel.
planet. Comet cluster.
F4.
Well, that should be fine. Incredibly unbroken sentence moving. By the way, to those wondering what the these are the new dust cloud particles that get added. Just there to spice up the look a bit. Captain's log, stardate 56200.1. It has been some time since the USS Voyager returned home. Cryptic Stream says Discovery's better than TOS. Somebody put him in a timeout.
For fuck's sake, what's wrong with him?
Right now, let's see if the bug is fixed and I can push for changes. C, B, E, C.
All crew stand ready. All crew stand ready.
And then C, C.
We have a new ship for the fleet.
Ha!
Yes.
Yes. No, Sean. Yes.
What do you think of the picture on the Clothos?
Hey, no more error.
Didn't even come out and shoot. It's just wedged up in there.
Hmm?
When he spawned it, it just spawned in the red torpedo.
Oh, the torpedo tube, yeah.
And it was just like wedged up in there. It just didn't move.
Yes.
Working as intended.
It was quite funny. It was like someone just stuffed its mouth with it.
We await.
Hold on, guys, I've got one. Can you have it do like sonar pings?
Yes, it does actually. It does do sonar pings.
Oh, awesome.
It gets annoying after about 10 seconds.
Can you make it do a rebound ping off every sonar contact it has?
I can.
Oh my god!
Oh my god!
Oh my god! What happened?
You shouldn't try and do that again.
Well, time's up. I should give that the Borg explosion from A3.
Oh god! Get out of there! Oh, Doc Brown, you are one of the best Klingons.
I recently saw a really great movie with my girlfriend called Going Out in Style. With Morgan Freeman, Michael Caine, and the guy that played Inspector Clouseau. But old Doc Brown was playing a senile elderly person in the movie. It's like he wasn't acting at all.
Great Scott, indeed.
Yeah, but that's the thing, though. Bernie Bear asks, "Has Gull received his turret yet?" Let us ask the head. Is the head here? Yes, the head is here. Let's ask the head. Will Gull receive the turret?
Oh, pray, dear head.
No.
Oh, the head.
Craziest decision we've ever made during a live stream.
I think what's weird is that we've decided to keep it.
That's the genius part of it. Don't you see? Pepe Salvia. It's all about
real.
Pepe Salvia. Welcome to Zex Used Auto Parts. I mean Starships. What can I get you? Hey, look. Tellarite cargo ships. It's the Tezra.
Why is it flying backwards?
It's not.
Why are you flying backwards?
It's forwards, you dumb skull. That's the back. It's even got the glows in the back. It did turn out nice with the specs.
Didn't you say you'd done the specs on that one a slightly different way than some of the other vessels?
Yeah. I did the specs different on all the Tellarite stuff. Try to make them look like they were more out of Enterprise.
Perfect opportunity to use the TOS beep 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 sound effect.
Yeah, but the thing is, I was going to show him the TOS beep 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 sound is used in something else. Look.
What is the TOS beep beep beep? Oh, that's used in every cap ship.
But the actual TOS version of it is used in...
Ready to provide cover for the fleet.
That needs a new VO.
I think we should do like the proper soundscape of TOS. You know, get that like. Bloop, 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 bloop.
Oh, and the computer like churning away.
Yeah.
Computing. Captain James T. Kirk. Captain Starship Enterprise.
Just shut up for a sec so I can make him...
That's really rude.
Oh, you've hurt my feelings.
I'm gonna leave now.
Squad equals...
You see what happens?
See? It's broken.
Orders, Commander.
Hey, look, this one still has stats.
Yep, they're going.
Nah,
Why stats?
Bring up
I
local
really like
star
those stats
charts.
as well.
I'd do it if they weren't going to change so often.
Begin a sensor scan.
Well, you should have saved the PSD then, shouldn't you? Why don't you save the PSDs?
Oh, no, 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 no. Oh, no, 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 no. Oh, no, no, no.
Starts rasterizing everything.
My girlfriend probably thinks I'm going insane right now.
Going.
Going? Where we're going, we don't need sanity.
Spawn in a E3 Ravager for the best ship picture ever.
Nope.
Do
May
it.
have cocked it up.
I've actually just closed the game. I'm going to do the big old switcheroo. And
Big old switcheroo.
I need to do some tweaks on the meshes.
Oh, these models that we don't need to do anymore, of course.
No, the switcheroo of the Raptor and the Hunter.
Whatever.
Whatever, I'll do what I want. Right, so the L3 Hunter, I need to
Oh,
check.
does that mean that those strings I did yesterday need redoing? Wah. Could you make sure when you change them that you change the Empire tree icons?
Why would I need to change the Empire tree icons? I'm gonna
Because they have
change.
different roles now.
I'm gonna move the mesh around.
Oh, I see. So you're just going to rename the file, point to different strings.
Point to different meshes, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I suppose you could do it that way.
Klingon cruiser destroyer needs to be moved to Klingon frigate siege. So this has projectile,
Vomiting.
projectile, and missile. So does the Raptor have?
Yeah, I wish that D7 had that sound effects as well.
All the stuff about all I find about this stuff's out of fourth Kelvin move was cancelled. A fact I'm sadly comfortable with. I read that out loud and the SFC2 victory music starts playing.
I'm still holding out for the Tarantino Star Trek film.
Yeah,
It's going to be Sulu with his fencing sword just chopping everyone up.
No, this is upgraded. It'll be like a phaser sword.
Or like a saber of some kind.
Yes.
Of light.
So I'm going to need to tweak
Well, now they've canned the reboot series. It could be set anytime, couldn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, can you imagine Tarantino Borg?
Oh, that would be legitimately scary.
Plus, you'd need Tuvok calling people the N-word. And... Oh, I love the D7. I may have just spent a good 2 minutes just spinning around it instead of actually doing any work.
That's a good model you did there, isn't it, Hobbs?
Yeah, it's Did you decide if you're adding its puckered little rear? Why aren't you going to add a torpedo?
Torpedoes! Rear torpedo!
Torpedo! Away! So, how is going the implementation of all Ferengi turrets in the Grand Nagus system? Well, he's not the Grand Nagus yet, so...
Let's see. Alright, that's that. Now, Siege Frigate has...
Moogie! Yeah. The Moogie class turret will be implemented in STA3. It just might look like a Borg turret. What turret did you use in the end, Chris?
Oh, I can't remember.
Klingon.
Chose at random. Right, I'm going to rename this IKS to Kuvma's Balls.
Yeah, Chris, the only thing you'll need to, Hobbs, the only thing you'll need to do is reassign the ship pictures from the Hunter, and the research button also need...
Why can't you do that? Just swap them over. It's right there in the file you're in right now.
Yeah, but I don't know if it has the role or whatever it's listed as.
Half job, Max. No, I've got enough of my own stuff. I'm not going to go finish your work as well.
I think I may have just found the most magnificent picture of Quark.
Alright, see you later, Cryptic.
Oh my god.
Where am I looking? Welcome to the Latinum Dome. Okay, research, ship unlock, siege and ship unlock, destroyer. Fixed as well. So where does it say the ship picture? Where's it set?
It's in the ship entity file.
Yeah, where is it?
It's got picture in capital letters.
Ah, there we go. It's got picture phase heavy.
Oh, I've not done it yet then. Just make sure the
Picture frigate phase siege.
make sure the Empire icons are done though.
Yeah, they don't need to be moved. You mean the build buttons? Yes, I've already taken care of that.
Yeah, build buttons and the
Research.
info card image.
That's the same though, isn't it? That's the same on the blood. That's only on the research.
All I'm saying is check it's all switched over. Because I'm not going to go back later to fix it.
Don't call me a mindless philosopher, you overweight glob of grease. So I have to re-export the Raptor to accommodate weapons. Yes, replace K and Raptor. No, not suck. Suck. As it was called in the way of memes. Alright, okay, frigate siege, and that's done, that's done. Alright, so weapon 1. That's fine. Weapon 2 and then weapon 3. Clean cruiser destroyer. Now has front. So I need to switch these around. Just a sec.
What are you up to at the moment?
Who, me?
Mm-hmm.
I'm doing very little.
You finding a hilarious memeage?
No, I'm just reading a couple of bits and bobs that I've been neglecting. Worky stuff, you know.
Stuff and things.
Still on the hunt for a new job, so I'm just trying to maximise my chances.
That's always good.
What did I hear about a new job?
Oh no, nothing really.
But?
Yep.
As I say, I'm just trying to learn a little bit more, really, in order to maximise my chances of getting what I want.
Hey, nice.
What he wants, what he really wants.
So tell me what you want.
It's to get paid loads of money to do fuck all, really. But
Oh, I want that job.
failing that, I'd rather a job that I really enjoy.
Chris now clips toenails of mentally disabled people. Just really enjoys
To be honest
it.
with you, if I could pay my mortgage, I would happily do that right now.
To be fair, I'm not saying helping differently or less able people is a bad thing, by the way.
So I had an interview a few weeks ago. I think I may have told you about this for bar work.
You were overqualified, right?
Not just overqualified. They told me I was too old.
Ha!
Oh,
I'm 32, for God's sake.
too old, mate.
Max,
Yeah.
not only does the Klingon Scout have the inside out deflected dish on the bottom, it's also got holes in the front of it.
Teeny tiny holes.
That's working as intended, right?
Yes.
That's
Not
quite
gonna
funny.
fix that.
It's quite funny. the holes upset me greatly. You don't like it when I'm upset.
Now I'm definitely gonna leave them in. If you want them fixed, ask Neff.
Dear Neff, stop leaving holes in your shit. Does the other one have a hole in as well?
Here's the,
No, there was nothing locally enough, Draconian. The travel would have been prohibitive.
How prohibitive? Like, how long would you have to travel a day?
Given the fact that I have had to give up my car for the time being due to not being able to, afford it, it would take me about an hour and 3/4 to get anywhere.
Yeah, that's unacceptably long.
And damn near 4 hours traveling a day is too much.
Yeah, the other one has a hole in it as well.
Look, it's just so disruptors can pass through when people are shooting at it.
What, one way?
Yes.
Okay, fair enough. I accept this explanation. For now.
For now.
I quite like the little Goroth, as we've called it. And Korath.
Yeah, look, all we need to now do is change the name from L5 Hunter to...
Yeah, so reassign the strings. Off you go.
I'm just going to check the functionality here.
Is that automatically changed that as one of the spawning ships now?
Yes.
Okay. What? Does this mean in the files it's called the wrong thing now?
No, it's the thing is, I only swapped the mesh around in
Give
the...
me more power.
Oh, so the entity files don't reference the
No, the only thing where it's oddly referenced now is the icons. But look, even in the research tree, it now looks like a look, it says L500.
Yeah, you just switch to the sprinklers, and they'll probably need the descriptions will probably need rewriting to be talking about the right ships now. But that is much better.
Clone cruiser point stagger delay 0.2, 0.5, 0.25.
Oh,
0.75. Oh shit.
Is the Klingon mine invulnerable? Oh, it's such a cool ship.
Actually, let's put point stagger delay to 0.
Yeah, the Klingon mine has unyielding will. There's an ability on it.
Which Klingon mine?
The one that's dropped from the mine layer.
It shouldn't have that.
No. It also needs all the icons for it. Which makes me sad. Add those to the list. I don't think we've even got an info card, info tree icon for a mine.
I don't think we have at this point, no.
No, I have to make
It would be
a couple of those.
with the Empire window one, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it's
Go there.
using the stock one at the moment. What else is going on? Someone's getting shot. Tonic mine. Oi, oi, oi. I think we're gonna have to cancel AOTF because it's too much to do.
You honor my house.
That's just too much. We can't handle it, can we?
Do you think we're halfway yet?
I think we're living on a prayer.
Okay.
No one lives forever.
Oh, that's fine. I can reassign that. The ability has a the correct icon, so I can reuse that for the mine itself. I will do that now.
The day will be ours.
I just need to fix the strings.
Klingon
Hunter.
ability. Mine layer, drop mine. And the HUD icon for that is that. I need to find
Raptor.
actually mine, which is
K4 Raptor.
Klingon buff, deploy space mine, and the mine is can't find the mine.
Hey, Schism.
I cannot find the Klingon mine. Let's go backwards. Oh. That's not right. Do the Federation Klingon mines share the same model?
I don't know.
Spawn in a Franklin, have a look. Federation, Franklin.
Hey, there we go. Strings are fixed. It now has the correct reference to the strings and the ability. Both also the I fixed the research and the reference abilities. The abilities now reference.
Yeah, they use the same mine model. Which
I don't think is that big of an issue.
well, it needs to be two separate entities because at the moment, if you click on, if they're both the same, then they'll share the same icon. Which means if you click on the Klingon mine, you just drop the Federation icon.
Mev, Destroy.
Ah, yeah, that one needs to be done.
They're
Even if it's a complete copy with the same mesh in it,
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
fine. But it needs to be a separate entity.
yeah. So the entity and any abilities need to be the same. Need to be copied. Excuse me. Or all the buffs can be
Yeah.
need copying. You can just reuse.
Yeah.
Hij is al klaar, joh. Allemaal eruit. Wat?
Yeah, I'll do that a bit later. 'Cause that's a bit
Yeah, I've just done the Raptor thing. And I'm just going to make the push with all the changes. Fixed sensor probes on caps. Fixing the has any range. Error. Switched Raptor and Hunter in roles. And yes, indeed, Centurion, it's SFC2 music. Commit. Pushing. The only thing which I'm definitely not going to fix is there's also the fact that the Hunter is in one of the icons and one of the abilities, and I'm not going to fix that. I know, it's completely unworkable.
These conditions that I have to put up with.
It's terrible, isn't it?
It's a 2-minute job.
It's not!
It is.
Have you seen the size of those Photoshop files?
Why do you do this to me?
It takes at least 20 minutes to just load the bloody thing.
Right. Have you pushed?
Yes. Who's looking at my stuff in 3D Model Viewer? Is that how you've been doing the icons, Hobbs?
It's how I've been doing the top down. Because I do that and then I chuck that in here.
Green screen, done.
And then I do one as a an overlay over the top of one, just with the what am I even changing? So this is the image just cut out, which is what I was doing before, which looked okay, but then when you put one over the top with an overlay, it just kind of adds a bit of...
It adds a bit of depth.
Yeah. And the reason I do it through 3D model viewer thing is it's just quick. And for the sake of a picture, which is probably about that big normally, it's fine.
Yep.
It means I can rattle through them quite quickly. So
Hold
I've
on,
got to do
Could you show?
all the...
Hold up. I just need to show that to the stream. Zoom in, full screen. Could you show again?
Okay, so using 3D object viewer, whatever this program's called, 3D object converter, I can open the .mesh files. That gives me the 3D model of the ship. I can then turn it on to shaded, so we can see it without the textures.
That model's not used.
Okay, I just opened this as an example because it was there now.
I like that model.
Why isn't this not used?
Because we were originally going to have a Klingon fleet tender before we decided each faction was a
put the
specialized ship.
Takuma in.
No, that was before we decided it was going to be a specialized ship, like faction based.
Oh, okay. I still like it. But anyway, so then I can change the background of this to green. Print screen this, cut the green out in Photoshop, and then here's some I've prepared earlier. So say for the F4, what I would do is I'd paste the images in. Oh, why does it do that? Anyway, I'd paste it in normally, which just kind of gives it this outline with the effect that we've made. I'd then copy it again and just use it as an overlay over the top, which gives it this.
The front view gives it a lot of definition.
Yeah, it's good. It's especially like these, like the D4s and the D6. It just...
Yeah, you can see the top detail and stuff.
Yeah, it's really cool.
I wish you could just like render it with like shadows or something.
I mean, I could do, but the whole reason I do it this
AO.
way is it's
Yeah,
so
time.
quick. Like, I can rest. I mean, I've got the entire rest of the sheet to do, which if I turn all these on, that's the fed sheet that I'm drawing over the top of. Which I've still got to take all these stats off of the fed ones and redo them. So, yeah. I mean, it takes me about 2-3 minutes to do one, but then I've got to code it in and make sure it works properly.
I think the coding is half of the stuff that half of the time it takes, isn't it?
Yeah, and it's just I've got to check the strings to make sure the name I've given it's correct, and after I've drawn this, I need to then duplicate the group. So, for instance, if I was doing this Devastator, I would duplicate the group.
Yeah, for the alpha as well, or what?
Yeah, so I'd then merge the group into one layer. I'd go into blending options and give it a color overlay of white, pure white, which comes like this. I then rasterize that, copy that, and then I'd go to the alpha channel and paste it in, so the alpha channel looks like this.
Ayo.
Which means everything pure white is exactly as it is on the image.
Bruce, it does to a degree.
And then all the way to black becomes fully see-through, so it's like a gradient transition. So this grey is like semi-transparent, so it means you can see part of the game behind the picture.
What a professional explanation, Hobbs.
Thank you. And it takes forever. Well, it will take forever to do all of them. Individually, it's not too bad. I'm trying to do like 2 or 3 a day because it's so boring while I'm doing other stuff. So
We've still got a ton of icons to do, folks. So that's
I've still got. Once I finish these, I've got to do all the fed ones and then all the neutrals and minor factions. Probably about once I finish this, I've got to do this 2 more times, and that's not including structures. These are just the ship pictures. So if I open, I might have it. Here's the Klingon stations, which are done. Apart from deployables, so that sensor probe you just fixed, and the mine, those will need 2 more. And then I've done the fed one of this, I think.
I've still got to do the warp effects for all the Klingon ships and the neutrals.
And then once I've done this, according to my to-do list, which is on the Google Doc of Crazy, these are all the icons which we still need to finish.
Well, with exception of the stuff that Thingy still needs to add.
Stuff Thingy still needs to add?
Yeah, stuff that, what's his face?
Sovereign.
Sovereign, yes.
What, are we having more researchers still added?
No, but icons for the abilities for the,
Envoy?
Yes! That's the one.
Yeah, I've got them 2 here.
Yeah, it's going to be 4.
There need to be some further edits as well.
I can just hear Hobbs just go.
I'm not satisfied with the performance of the AI at the moment. So
In
I'm gonna be
terms
doing
of
some
like
tests there.
super secret tech.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Well,
cool.
no, it's
Don't need to
not
do-
that. It's going to be false. What's the word? Basically, false ship unlocks at the end of tech trees because it'll encourage the AI to research what we want it to.
Oh, I see what you mean. Like hide a ship unlock that's not really a ship behind some boring tech that the AI normally
Yeah,
wouldn't
and the AI will get
prioritize.
proper excited about it.
Oh! I'll zoom down that line. Yeah, so there's... Yeah, Max, this is the mega list, so yeah. Although I could just delete this missing models section now because we've got all the models in the game. Where's delete? Let's delete on this contraption. Clear? I don't want that. Delete column. Yay, I deleted stuff. Let me go. Oh, there's so much to
There we
do.
go. Warp flash. I think that needs to be a slightly more desaturated, darker red.
Right, I'm gonna put in its broken channel that we need to do the Klingon mines. Right, see.
No, the ship stats will no longer be on the picture. There's a reason for it though. It allows us to. It comes down to.
Basically those stats.
Yeah, they change.
Yeah, there's nothing clever about that. It's simply we read the figure that we've put in the entity file for that weapon, and then I colour in the boxes accordingly. So every time we do a little balance change and go, oh, we'll turn that down by a little bit, or we'll turn that up by a little bit, that means completely redrawing the picture and doing that alpha again and then exporting it again, which, if I had the time to do them all, and then we were doing a few balance checks and I knew exactly what I was doing, would be fine. But it's so much work to begin with, just to know that it's going to change quite a lot. So it's just for something that, yeah, it looks kind of cool. I mean, you can still go over the info card and see the damage numbers there. So it's, while it's kind of cool, it's not, you know, you're not being hindered by not having it. So in terms of effort versus reward, it's heavy on the effort side. Which, don't get me wrong, if people want to pipe in and do it for me, absolutely fine. But
Yep. Yeah, remember, we're always looking for people. So if you think you can help in any sort of way, let us know. We might have a position for you, even if it's in the kitchen.
yeah, because it simply comes down to
Time.
do I spend basically do I spend a week doing that, or do I do something that I can do a lot quicker and the game's out sooner? I mean, I could do that, but it would be way more work, and I've got to prioritize things that are really broken.
As the caretaker said to Janeway, not enough time!
Not enough time.
So that's the first Klingon warp effect done.
Very good.
Somebody's hungry. Centurion, do you know your way around Photoshop?
How much you need done? A lot. Message me on Discord and I'll explain to you what it is that we're looking for. And I mean, to be honest,
Yeah, when it comes to the amount that you need doing, that's...
yeah, but I mean, even these things like these research items which we know about standing, even if it's someone to scroll through episodes of Enterprise and find a picture and send me a picture to then chuck in an icon, that's still time saved. So
Yeah.
even someone to do little things like that. If I dump a massive list of what the research is called and what it does, finding appropriate images for those, even stuff like that is massively helpful. Because then all I need to do is resize it and chuck it in the chaos sheet of doom, which lags my computer to death. Which is why I don't like going in them anymore. Max's computer likes to melt on them as well.
Mm-hmm. But that's the Raptor one done. Right, question.
Yes.
For the Klingon ships, should their warp flash color, should their warp engine flash color vary based on the cell color?
I'd be tempted to exclusively leave them as red.
Yeah, I kind of like them red.
Yeah, but look, for example, here on the ship I'm showing you right now, the grills are green.
Yeah, but it's kind of, I like it being white for Feds, red for Klingon, green for Romulans.
Right. Look a bit weird, but that's fine.
If you've made the decision in your mind,
No.
just do it how you want to do it.
Just wondering what you were thinking.
Clearly something incorrect, so do them green.
You got me confused now. Stop
Do
confusing
them green, do them green.
You're giving my kid
Green.
You've given my kid autism. I deserve a refund.
Orange.
Orange.
With a green top. No, I'll leave them red. Red's actually fine. Who cares?
I don't know what to think anymore.
Just don't bother thinking.
Moral of the story, don't think.
Feel. Don't think. Use your instincts. May the force be with you.
Barbicus and Centurion messaged me on Discord, and I will throw work at you.
I think my stipulation is just like really have a think about what you're willing to do and what you're not willing to do.
Oh yeah, the last thing I need is to someone go, "Oh help," and ask me to send them loads of stuff, and that's the last I ever hear of them.
Is for people like me to overcommit. Because that's not helpful. Thinking something is going to get done, taking it out of the mind space, and then finding out that they're not going to do it later on is
yes, I know exactly what that's like.
more disruptive to a project than nobody starting to do it to begin with, because it means you'll plan for it otherwise. If that makes any sense. So yeah, before you do commit to anything, have a really good think about whether, one, it's within your capabilities, which I'm sure it is, but two, whether you have the time and the inclination, and they're the important factors. Bloody hell, I said inclination. That's probably the most intelligent word that's ever been used on Stellar Parallax.
Penis. Wow, we did it out. The balance has been restored.
I think you're doing plenty, Dolly. I wouldn't advise on doing any more. Unless you're planning to quit your day job.
I mean, I take your help, but
To be honest with you, like when it comes to
I'm gonna make them green because it just looks weird having the.
Fuck's sake!
Look! It just looks weird having a red flash emit from something green.
Okay, buddy. I think a lot of the
I want them blue.
The help in the Sins modding community is the fact that we can just discuss things. I find that really, really useful. In fact,
Agreed.
I think Max and I rolled around various ideas about how the Sins modding community can get a bit closer, and perhaps I'll approach you about that later, Dolly, as well as a few others.
Hi, Dolly.
Because I think it would be might be good for us to kind of pool our knowledge a little bit better than we do already. I still think it should be orange. Do you not have a pipette function?
No.
That's annoying, isn't it?
And you can't even type in a hex code.
Oh, if I could only type in a hex code.
You can copy and paste it though, that's pretty good.
But look, now it's a different shade of green, and the default's a bit more of a Klingon green. I'll leave the flash red.
Hitler's Borg. Yes, Centurion.
Hobbs, Fob.
Yes, message me. I am the Hobbs. That is my voice. Max sounds like ag 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 ag.
And Hobbs sounds like he's got a cock down his throat. Weirdly enough, he only sounds like it. He doesn't actually have one. I've checked.
Oh, there we go. Voice chat appears to be restored now.
Everything went roboty.
Yeah, it went squiggly for a moment there, didn't it?
Oh.
You went Hobbs sounds like and then turned into a robot, so I can only take that as some kind of insult to me having no
Drone.
personality or something. Drone, drone, drone.
You're just some sort of automaton. I go cry in the corner like 7 of 9 did.
I need to regenerate anyway.
Wah, irrelevant. Wah.
Ensign Kim, I require your assistance to get jiggy with it.
Oh, I watched the Voyager episode where Ensign Kim dies. It's a great episode.
He does. He genuinely dies in an episode.
He falls out the floor through a whole bridge, and it's amazing.
Like he doesn't come back. He doesn't.
Then they get a spare one.
It's like I think that's why he was never promoted, because they realize it's not really their Ensign Kim.
Exactly. This Naomi Wildman isn't really our Naomi Wildman.
Yeah, but
Oh, it's such a good episode, though.
it's one of the more interesting ones of Voyager, isn't it?
Oh, it's amazing. I love it. I love the Vidians as bad guys for starters, because they're creepy as fuck. Forced organ donation.
They kind of humanized them a bit too much, didn't they?
Yeah, it's just that I
Like
when they
particularly
bought.
while it was a good episode, that episode with the Doctor and the Vidian.
Oh yeah, I
lassie,
hated that.
I think that was technically a good episode, but I think it did damage to the Vidians.
I like
as an antagonist.
like when they board Voyager and they're just shooting people, and then they've got their little suitcase and they're just
Harvesting
you know,
organs and
just saying like, oh, the pelvic whatever is good for this, and we'll take their thyroid tissue or whatever, and they're just scanning it and beaming it out, and you're just like, oh,
What a fucking shopping list.
yeah. But yeah, the Vidians are great, and they looked good as well with all their Frankenstein faces.
Yeah, they could have been. They could have been a very strong antagonist if they hadn't been, as I say, humanized.
Oh, and where that scientist is wearing the face of the Starfleet guy.
Oh, is that when B'Elanna's captured?
Yeah, because he splits her into a full Klingon and a full human, which is a bit
Impossible.
Yeah, but
the amount of genetic material wouldn't exist for one. That's without any of the other considerations.
yeah, it's like
You could have two half-size B'Elannas.
Let's get out of here!
I want that now.
The B'Elannas on CBS All Access.
The Balana sisters. It would be amazing.
Yeah, they each hold one handle of the batleth and just charge at people.
Yeah, but one's always scared, so she kind of lumps behind while the Klingon half has to like run after it.
That and the other episode I quite like. I like Prototype.
Is that the one? That's another Balana
fixed.
episode, isn't it?
Yeah, it's the one with the
With the Praetor and the
automated unit
He does seem
3428.
to have the stronger episodes, or a lot of the stronger episodes.
Yeah,
I'm,
because
I'm sorry, did you forget
the
about
one with
the one?
Dreadnought is great as well.
I'm sorry, did you forget about the episode where the Doctor gets into the body of 7 of 9 and Jerry Ryan perfectly mimics Robert Picardo in every way?
Oh yes, that is a good one. The one with the cake.
Yeah. You got sexually aroused in my body. And he just goes like that. Face.
Voyager was a real mixed bag, wasn't it? It was like
It had some great episodes.
some remarkable,
And some horrible ones.
abysmal episodes.
Okay, what's your least favourite Voyager episode? And no, Threshold doesn't count, we know that shit.
Oh.
Hey Hobbs, which one of these would you say is the warp engines, and which one of these three is the impulse? Also,
The
Chris,
impulse,
it's
the
orange.
impulse is in the middle, and the
Oh, there you
warp
go.
engines are the two nacelle bits angled,
Yeah, the two top ones of the warp.
and the middle one's the thruster assembly. But what you gonna do? It's orange.
Also, why can't it be Threshold? Take a look at Discord.
Is this your fucking artwork? And I'm
Yeah.
using air quotes. There it is. It's the fact you two-toned the bloody slug. You put the brown on it.
I wanted to get it right.
Yeah, but I mean, why wouldn't you?
Ladies and gentlemen, this is what peak performance look like. It. You may not like it, but
My favourite episode.
No, least favourite.
Oh, least favourite. Anything with Harry Kim in, really.
I hated the episode where he was a different species, and they faked him, and he was gonna get laid, but then he was like, "Nah, this can't be right."
Oh, the whole thing of like, yeah, that was bad.
Then there was the other horrible Harry Kim episode with the dead crew, with the crewmen that died, but they brought back to life through different species.
Yeah, they do things with their corpses.
The Kabali, which has a horrible Stowe story arc, by the way. I totally feel for the Fad War and that story arc in Stowe.
I would say amazing idea, but probably poor script writing and bad execution. Tuvix.
Tuvix, Janeway straight up murders him.
Yeah, and that's why there's barely any real exploration of the ramifications of taking an action.
Yeah, it's just like meh.
And they just Janeway gets set on a course of action and does it, and there's not enough in-depth discussion, and you know that in a real life situation, that kind of discussion would have been going on for weeks.
Well, no, I genuinely think they just wouldn't have. They would have just accepted that those two officers, or that officer and that chef, have died, and they have a new crew member. There's no, I don't understand how they can justify killing someone.
No, there was no justification.
Like it's not.
At all.
You know. Somebody actually, I saw a video on YouTube on this very episode. The way they could have made this perfect is if Tuvik chose it because of how he felt towards what's the face?
Cass?
Cass, yeah.
Oh, Cass.
Speaking of horrible characters,
Oh, compa. And I think I didn't like most of the Borg arc, really.
I think the Borg arc ruined the Borg.
Yes, that's my main complaint against it. It's not necessarily bad storytelling in the great scheme of things, but it was bad for the integrity of the Borg.
The Borg went from being, the biggest bad guy in TNG to scary space zombie bad guys in First Contact to comedically avoidable in Voyager.
Yes, yeah. Cryptic Streams is trying to get a rise out of us here, I think. Says Tilly and Faye. But I like the character of Tilly in Discovery. I think there's...
Tilly was great until they went and hypercharged her quirkiness.
Yeah, I can see what you mean.
Like, initially she was, like, a bit clumsy, you know, like, she's got some issues with, you know, like, oh, I've got to have special
Max,
sheets.
That's okay, you can be you. It's okay.
See, this is the thing that annoys me about Discovery. Is
You're all right being you.
I don't like the hyper-congratulation.
Well done for being you.
Yeah, that's it. That really annoys me about Discovery. I think character development in many ways kind of needs to be unsaid, and having a character that is overcoming their own difficulties. That just needs to happen on screen without somebody going, my God, you finished a marathon. You came first.
Well done, you.
Don't fear that you could possibly come first. Sorry, Tilly. That kind of stuff annoys me. In fact, it's modern television in general, I think.
But how are you going to get people that are not special to feel that they're special, Chris? Everybody has to be special.
Everyone has a role. It doesn't matter if you're just okay. That's
no,
fine.
no. Everybody's special. If you're not special, you're a racist.
I liked it in the episode where Picard, Q makes him a science officer, and they're all like, "Yeah, you got no ambition, and you're a bit shit." But that was okay. But then he decided, you know, I want to be more, and he went back to being Captain Picard again.
Which shows a positive role, that you don't have to settle, for the status quo, and that you have control over your own life. But you're gonna have to put effort and risk into it.
But no, you're okay. You can be shit. It's the millennial justification for being shit at life.
We're all millennials, are we not?
Yeah, but as a
person, we don't subscribe
as a
to that
generalization.
But as we
for
also
an entire generation, which apparently is okay. I am being ironic here. I don't actually believe this shit, but
it's just one of it's something that's happened
just one
over
of
the
those
past couple of
days.
years. It does seem like a weird thing that's happened over the past couple of years, where I think people are kind of hyper focused on how other people view them rather than how they view themselves.
I think there's
I think
a
it's
lot
also
of...
a part of the problem, like, is that everybody is always perfect. Like, no matter what you are, it's the same thing with the body positivity movement, which has gone too far in some books, in my opinion. But you're
talking about how people who are
morbidly obese say, like, oh, but it's okay.
Perhaps experiencing some physical health issues as a result of their shape, and like me, for example, I'm quite overweight. There's no getting away from it. If anybody told me it's okay and I'm still beautiful, I'm not. I'm overweight. I'm causing myself potential future health issues with how overweight I am, and it's okay to admit that. Because if somebody tells me I'm fine the way I am, I'm not going to do anything about it, am I?
The thing is, you're an adult. You can decide if, with that information, whether you want to smoke, whether you want to jump off, you know, do skydiving, all sorts of dangerous activities. You're still an adult. You can still make those informed decisions. I don't need someone else telling me that I'm okay making those decisions. I know that.
For me, it's more like where people's like, I'm perfect the way I am. You can't tell me that I'm not perfect. That's harassment. It's like, well, since I'm like, no, the kind of people that go like, well, it's not okay to call me fat. Like, there's a difference between harassing someone, of course, but.
Well, no, it just comes down to, if you're being offensive to someone, then you are being a dick. So just don't do it. You don't need to wrap it. You don't need to wrap it up in, oh, that's body shaming, or that's no. It's just someone being a dick.
Yeah, but
and it could be about any subject.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a big difference between implication and inference, of course.
They're a bit off, Max.
It's magic.
It's working as intended. If somebody infers something that they think you've said and they take offence, that doesn't necessarily mean that you've overtly applied it. Or implied it, excuse me. It doesn't mean you've gone out of your way to try and offend them. You've just made a statement and they've taken it in a particular way. That's on them, not on you. as far as I'm concerned.
I've said plenty of things that I have not thought were offensive, and I've offended someone, and I've apologised.
Remember,
but that doesn't mean that I'm.
Remember, being offended is a feeling, and you shouldn't punish people for feeling a certain way.
I think you should stop feeling. And well.
No, but you know what I mean. Like, people are trying to ban people for saying offensive things, but who determines what offensive is? It's completely subjective. So it's so subjective. You can't.
Video of this. I think it was a protest in America about something or other. I didn't read about that. And it was a protest and a counter protest, and one of the protesters who had a balaclava on and was all I think it was anti-fascist or something.
Oh,
he got
anti-disestablishmentarianism.
He got assaulted by a alt-right or whatever they call themselves, and he went to the police, but wouldn't give his name, wouldn't provide any evidence that he'd been assaulted, but then thought the police would still go and arrest someone. And it's like, you're anti-fascist, but you want the police to go and arrest someone with no evidence, and them not have have the right to face their accuser.
So it sounds like this individual has some.
Yeah, it was a bit like
critical thinking difficulties.
Indeed.
But there's more stuff.
It's just
like
one
that,
of those ones where you just watch it and go, what? No.
There's more stuff like that, where they can call you a Nazi, fascist, whatever the hell they call you, with no evidence whatsoever. But if you try to have a counter protest, and say that they're lying communists or something, then they'll say like, well, you're offending me.
I'm offended.
I'm offended.
That looks cool. How many of these have you rattled through?
I think I've got close to because I know the Greythor and the Bird of Prey and the Lanetha for 2 ships, because you've got the wings up and wings down variant, and of course the science variant. And I think this is all the frigates already, and the destroyer.
No, I think this whole offence thing is utterly non-partisan. In honesty, I don't think we're seeing it, or we've discussed it in terms of left and right here. It is utterly non-partisan. People from all walks of life and and with all different types of belief systems, they buy into this special me. I should be allowed to live in a bubble thing. And that's across like the entire sphere, and that's a problem. I think if I'm shit at somebody, it's more of a benefit to me if somebody tells me that I'm a bit shit, or simply tells me that I need to improve in a particular area. That's more of a benefit. And yeah, I know it's uncomfortable and it's probably not very pleasant, but that gives me the opportunity to grow. Whereas somebody just telling me I'm wonderful as I am, it gives me nothing. In fact, if anything, it allows me to settle in my, in my shit state.
Bareback goes.
How's that a benefit? How's that a benefit to anybody?
It's not. So I need to add this line. This new system that they've created with the version files is absolutely brilliant.
What now?
The version of the file type, which is underneath. Just underneath.
Oh, right at the top.
Research prerequisites. Yeah, where if you've got an older version of the file, not for the which doesn't have these extra lines, then
Yeah, then it'll just chill and it'll revert to the core one. Yeah, it's not like that. And I also note that if I was to do this for STA3, I could take your particles and I could just presumably move them around a little bit. I don't think that's something that's necessary, really. I think we've discussed this, haven't we?
No, it's not. Something I'd really like, but I don't think it's necessary.
It's something I might potter about with in my spare time, but I don't think it's not going to happen for this version of STA3 that's coming out soon, when 1.94 drops. Because I want to transfer my attention to AOTF. I haven't really been working on AOTF for a long time, folks. And part of that is because well, if I'm honest, I was feeling a bit sorry for myself, so I didn't really want to do any modding for quite a while. And after that, I've been quite hyper focused on Star Trek Armada 3 lately. Ergo, I've kind of restricted my workflow to that, so I don't confuse myself. I'm not very bright. And now with STA3 pretty much being where I want it to be for the next release, means I can transfer my time over AOTF. Perhaps we'll get things done a little bit faster.
Mm-hmm.
So that's good news anyway, isn't it? I think you'll be quite happy that I'm helping out.
Definitely could use some more icons.
Oh, I fucking hate you. Let me do code things. I'm not very good with the visuals.
You're fine with icons if I give you the sources that you need.
Yeah, possibly. There are certain things that I'd struggle with. Things like making those wireframes, as Hobbs is doing. I think I'm not going to have a good time.
If you can copy-paste layer styles. Hey, Khan, how you doing? That's it. A scout uses the Korath, yeah, which is the Goroth, which I can just use the particle, the Goroth warp, because the Goroth and the Korath are practically. So copy you, close you, mine layer. You see, this one's even easier because it literally uses the same one. Get rid of these two lines.
Hey, sorry, we took a pretty big tangent there, didn't we?
Yeah, sometimes we do. It's not half as crazy as we did last time.
True. But I expect I'm probably going to be of more consistent use, perhaps after this initial release of AOTF.
Good. Oh, after the initial release, yeah.
I mean, I'm going to do whatever you ask me to, like prior.
Icons.
Sadly, yes. But I think, because there'll be a lot of grunt code work to do, like preparing for the Romulans and what have you.
Romulans?
I'm going to be quite useful there after this initial release, and also making the balance changes based on feedback and what have you. Not as big of a sidetrack as you just saying, screw it, let's play Bridge Coup. Yeah, these things
That was fun. We need to do that again.
Yep. When?
At some time. Right. Let's try and finish the cap ships. How many cap ships are there?
11
Yes.
to 2.
7. I've done them. Right, cap ships done. Yay! Mission accomplished. What's the Klingon destroyer frigate? The equivalent to the NX. Is that what you've just put the Raptor as?
Yeah. I am messing with the entity files though.
That's fine. All I'm doing is the picture for
Yeah,
it.
that's the Raptor.
I'll code it in afterwards. What's the does the mesh have the name of it by any chance? Yes, it does. K _ ENT _ Raptor. That's what I want.
Yeah, the mesh should still be the proper one.
Yeah, that's cool. I can rattle through these fairly quick.
Pre-roast equipped. Well, let's give these a pop, shall we? These warp effects.
Pop, pop.
We've got 19 people watching, guys. Wow, that's a lot.
Is that on YouTube or on Twitch?
I don't know. It just says 19 in total.
Okay.
I want to select by color range.
It's been slowly growing quite nicely, hasn't it?
Get rid of that.
Oh, long range.
So we got 6 over on Twitch, and somewhere in the region of 5 on YouTube, I think. Oh, mind you, that just says participants. Oh, I don't know.
I don't know anymore. Oh, I really love the Raptor. I'm glad we've given it a more pew-pew focused role.
Wait, where's that going wrong? Which line?
$14 watching now. Okay, there's only 5 participants in chat. I think that's what it means. Cause, what I can't see is I can't see the viewing figures. It's just participants, and I think that probably means people who've written in the chat. So for everybody on YouTube who is watching who hasn't participated in the chat yet, feel free to ask any questions that you have, and we'll probably answer them badly.
Oh crap! I've done something wrong.
Uh-oh.
Turn it to raw.
That's what you want to hear.
It's easy to fix though. Should have put that there.
You're stupid.
Stupid is the new sexy.
The guy's got a point.
I think that's a problem with current society as well, where we encourage stupidity and discourage intellectualism.
I'm also very good at it though, so and I think that that's my place in the world.
Yeah, but even you in comparison are intelligent.
Max.
Who are we comparing him to?
You.
That was an underarm little baby throw.
That was quite sharp. That was quite sharp. I ain't even mad. Probably because I don't understand yet what he said. I'll sit bolt upright in bed tonight and be like, "What?"
Just that is why my comment is valid.
You'll be getting some strongly worded letters from me tomorrow.
Listen, you little angrily fixes bow tie. Listen, you little shit.
What is the Twitch channel? Asks Gutsy. There you go. Hang on. If you just look for
Stellar Parallax.
that.
Parasterilax.
Wazamati.
I'll do a full link for you.
Right. Let's spawn in.
That should work.
Mev! K4 Raptor. One point I'd like to make.
A point.
The Raptor's weapon hardpoints and weapons that it has, are they now equivalent to what the L4 had originally, so we don't need to rebalance it being part of the starter fleet or
should be fine.
any of that?
Does the amount of weapon points correspond? Oh, it's mesh based. Shut up, Chris.
And what about
I slightly I had to change the siege frigate, but I reduced the damage of it on it because it had to have an extra weapon. But I
and what about the Raptor's beam to torpedo?
Yeah, what I changed with the
ratio?
Raptor is because also to balance it slightly more with the NX, I added 1 aft disruptor point.
For dead aft.
Did I change the Raptor's?
Because I, as much as I enjoy giving Echo aneurysms,
Yeah, I forgot to do something. I need to restart Sins. I mean, which one was the first chip that I made warp effects for, right? It's the Raptor. Which one haven't I? Which one haven't I implemented?
The Raptor. Okay, so let's go there. Then I need to do a picture on default.
I think Centurion's probably dancing around quite an important issue. Well, not issue, but quite an important consequence of social media and the internet in general. Yeah.
What, being echo chambers of your own opinion?
Yes, yeah, effectively. It allows you to associate yourself almost exclusively with like-minded people, and that's really not...
I disagree. Because you do that in real life. In real life, you mostly hang with people that share somewhat of the same opinion and stuff as you.
Yeah, but
however,
in real life, you are forced to interact with people who have different opinions with you through work, through.
Yes. But that's one of it. But also on the internet,
you can't just block your boss, can you?
Exactly.
in real life, you also on social media, you also get to hear each and everyone's opinion, including the people you would definitely not hang out with.
Yeah, but if you were at work and people were having a conversation about something you had a different opinion on, you could weigh in on that. More likely than not, if you heard someone having that same discussion on a social media, you'd probably just ignore it or block it.
I agree to a degree, but I also feel that in real life, people don't voice their more extreme opinions, and thus you don't get confronted with the more extreme ideologies, because they get discussed in the back rooms. And on the internet, it's all wide in the open for everyone to see.
You think so?
Yeah.
See, I tend not to find that's the case.
Really, when's the last time you've seen somebody being called the N-word in real life, face to face?
Well, I had someone
about 4 months ago
in a conversation talking about how they don't believe that their children should have vaccinations, and I've never seen them spout that shit on social media.
Really? Oh, because I have.
Yeah. Which is the most ridiculous argument.
No, it's fine. It's all population control. I don't mind.
No, it's not, because it makes everybody ill.
Hey, look, Costa Rica just had measles again for the first time.
They had what again?
The measles were reintroduced.
Oh, there we go. We said measles.
The Momo challenge has proven to be a hoax, Cryptic. In fact, it probably was a hoax until it was proven to be a hoax, and now it's likely that a bunch of YouTubers are actually doing it for real. So,
I prefer
the fact that it gained social media attention, in fact, media attention in general, has probably actually created the problem.
And what a lot of people
I prefer to shave for Bieber.
The other issue I've heard is that children are actively scared of the idea of it, rather than actually having seen any of it.
That's right, yes.
Because some of my good friends who are parents are, even though they know it's a hoax and it's been proven a hoax, it goes around schools about, oh, I've heard so-and-so saw this and so-and-so. And even though it's complete bollocks, it's now because it's in the media and it's got all this attention because nobody fact checks anymore because everything's a lie. It's blown up into just complete bollocks.
I preferred the Shave for Bieber challenge, which went viral, where where it was a false.
Did you say shave for Bieber or shave for?
Shave for Bieber, as in just.
Okay, all right, okay, I'm fine.
Shave your beaver.
It was I heard the first time, but I
hear what I want to hear.
It was only a craze in Canada where people would shave.
Wild beaver. That's not what they meant.
Imagine the awful wounds you would get from trying that.
Worth it. But anyway, no, the Shave for Bieber thing was a hashtag that went around on Twitter a while, and it was basically saying that Justin Bieber got cancer, and like a couple of hundred or thousands of 14-year-olds shaved their heads bald. So it's a kind of nice and innocent kind of hoax that I can live with.
That's alright, Lex Luthor's still cool.
The best Justin Bieber thing was when he put on his website this poll of you could send whichever place got the highest upvotes was where he was going to start his next tour. So he was going to be performing in Pyongyang until they closed the poll and realised that the internet had got hold of it.
Same with Boaty McBoatface. Still
Yeah.
angry about that. But let's check out these warp effects, shall we?
Boaty McBoatface is a thing though, isn't it now? On something else.
Look at that.
David Attenborough wasn't playing.
Yeah, Boaty McBoatface is a boat. And there's there's loads of great ones.
And of
Where was
course,
the orange one?
Yeah, the RRS David Attenborough was what originally was going to be Boaty McBoatface, but now there is a dedicated Boaty McBoatface.
I still love this.
Oh, there was a council that that named its Gritters, and they were hilarious.
What? On my way.
Oh, Ready, Spready, Go, that was it. Spready Mercury, David Plowie, Usain Salt, and Britney Spears.
Britney Spears, I love that.
This is acceptable.
This is what I do when I name my cap ships. Philip Snowfield, yeah, that was another one. I've been looking for this game since I was 10 years old. Thank you for making this a reality.
Aww.
I mean, it's shit. When you play it, you're going to feel awful.
Really like
Like,
that. But that's how we intend it. So it's
yeah,
Right,
exactly.
so let's have a look, see if it works. Again, let's have a look at the bird of prey because Chris wants to see the orange.
Don't worry. In 3 short years, this will be out. He's got to find a bird of prey now. There it is.
yeah, nice. I really like that ship.
It's good, isn't it?
Yeah, see, I haven't changed the strings on the abilities so that it doesn't reference raptors anymore, and the other way around as well.
Yay. Which was the picture that's incorrect? Just out of interest, so if I get around to it.
It's this ability icon. Look,
Let me make that big.
it's just a tiny thing. It's not even worth messing with.
It's in many ways that's barely noticeable.
I don't think that's worth
barely
the
see
effort.
it.
Also, these still use the stock.
What, the ship pictures?
Yeah, but
Yeah.
that's still.
Yeah, I'm literally drawing the Raptor one right now.
On my way.
Still.
But I didn't want to go. I didn't want to go in the entity files and
So
change
look,
it.
doesn't this look better now that this is green? Look.
Let me just have a look. Fucking hell, that's terrible. Make it red.
It's like going through Transwarp or some shit. It's horrendous.
Fucking end you.
Tra-la-la-la-la-la-la.
Ho 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 ho. Ho 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 ho. Ho 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 ho.
I want the Star Trek mod for Space Engineers, presumably fixed it. Those nacelles the mod dev are making are on point. Add more to get better range. That's not how. Anyway,
Wait, what? What's getting better range?
Around.
add more nacelles to get better range.
Is that a thing in Space Engineers now?
Wait, I don't know.
Is it still Lag Street Station?
No, it's improved fairly markedly in multiplayer now. But that's specifically, well, not specifically, but it's far more useful when it comes to server architecture, as opposed to hosting a private game between friends. You'll still have a lot of the old issues that you had in private games between friends,
So
unless
it's still shit then.
unless you're on a server.
Ah, that's,
At least that's my experience at this point. Bloody hell, these guys are going to be dizzy.
they run out of antimatter yet?
Warp has no honor.
They're here to fight the warp. They go. You know what they're doing? They're going faster than warp 5, so they're slowly damaging subspace.
Oh, for God's sake.
What's that? What?
It's the speed limit episode of TNG that subsequently got forgotten about the week after, where they're like, "Oh, you can't go faster than Warp 5 anymore because it's ripping subspace apart." And then after that, it's
isn't
like,
that in
Warp 9, engage!
Isn't that in a particular
TNG. No, it was
area of space there?
Yeah,
yeah,
one of the
but that was
busiest-
because it was a high traffic area, so then they applied that rule everywhere.
I see.
And that's
Which then
reportedly-
every
that's
Starfleet
reportedly
ship-
why Voyager has the flippy warp nacelles.
I can't remember that episode at all.
Those
Yep.
ones.
Right, so I'm going to push these. These basically all the Klingon frigates are done with their warp effects, with the exception of like the what's it called? The civilian
mother.
ships. Your mother. But guys, I think this is the right moment to end the stream. I've got work tomorrow again, so I'm not going to make it too late. I still got to get to brush my teeth and do my things. So I think we'll leave it at this.
Who are you kidding? You don't have
Okey-dokey.
teeth.
Shh.
He's not British.
I have dental care.
That's self-burn.
I'm Welsh, we never had teeth. Just sharpened prongs. I look like a Ferengi unless I put my caps in.
Oh dear. Dear, oh dear, oh dear. Oh, I keep accidentally unpausing the game and then just hearing pew-pews in the background.
Right, so guys, that'll be the end of the stream. So I hope all of you enjoyed it, and we'll catch you next time on Dragon Ball Z. AOTF Dev Stream number 48, which is way less special.
Muchos, 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 muchos love.
Muchos, muchos, muchos. Adios.